What is going on, guys? It is the Zoomer Value Investor here to talk to you guys today about Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's in a weird place. If you guys are following the channel, my approach to it was whenever FTX, yeah, that's right, Sam Bankman-Fried, whenever FTX had this huge fallout and huge scandal, and crypto's going through a black swan, I think Bitcoin was down to a price around under $20,000 during this time. My approach was, hey, let's buy a mining company. Let's do a pick and shovel play on the industry, right? Because I don't really know how to own Bitcoin. I don't want to learn a ton about crypto. I don't want to get the cold storage, and then I don't want to be responsible for like knowing where my cold storage is and not getting it taken away from me. I would rather buy an asset the same way I buy a stock, have that be FDIC insured. Or what I'm trying to say is the bank where I own the Bitcoin or the Bitcoin asset is FDIC insured. That's just kind of how I felt like I slept better at night. Now, I always saw Cleanspark as a leveraged approach to Bitcoin, right? So, it's a miner. It's not actually like owning the asset. However, it's been fruitful. We got it around a cost around here, $2 per share. And it's gone up around a little over 400%. Now it has pulled back, right? So at one point we were around 900% up. But like I said, it's pulled back. Now I think a lot of this is short pressure, right? There's a lot of short pressure in CleanSpark. So guys, if you do own CleanSpark, don't worry too much because there's a lot of short pressure on your guys' position from big institutional money who are trying to get in on the downside of Bitcoin, right? And anyone who's a short is a buyer at a future date, right? So don't think that, oh my gosh, my stock is being short, I have to get out. No, what are the fundamentals of CleanSpark? They're actually increasing their exahash, they're mining more coin, and coin is at a higher price. So they're making a lot more money than when I first originally bought this company around the time when FTX collapsed. So guys, I personally am sticking the course largely with CleanSpark. I did sell a little bit of my position to pay for a little bit of vacations, pay for some other, pay for some other stocks and do things of that nature. But this is my biggest position by far in my portfolio still. And I don't mind it because fundamentally, I think the play is still there. And why would I sell if I think fundamentally that there is still a play there, right? So that's where I'm at on CleanSpark, guys. Never ever offering financial advice on this channel. I'm an independent amateur researcher presenting this all for entertainment purposes. So now, with that being said, let's continue more about some Bitcoin stuff. Don't feel also like you missed Bitcoin just because you weren't buying down here or anything of that nature. There's still a play for you, right? And this is personally what my strategy is because I'm actually trying to increase my allocation, even though my biggest holding is a crypto mining company. Even though I have about 3 to 5% allocated to Grayscale Ethereum Trust. And even though I do own a little bit of Coinbase stock, I'm like, okay, how could I increase my allocation to crypto still? Now, my thought on this is I could dollar cost average into the Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund. Now, as you can see here, it came out in January 12th, 2024. Compare that to Bitcoin's price since then. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit of underperformance, and I'll explain why. So essentially, that has to do with the fee structure. You do have to pay a little bit of fees for funds like this. Bitcoin up about 147.6% since then. Meanwhile, this is up since inception 142%. So, but you do have a 0.25 expense ratio fee structure here. This isn't horrible, but this is pretty high for the industry. But there isn't really going to be another Bitcoin correlated asset that's going to have a more generous fee structure than Fidelity, right? So the Fidelity Origin-wise Bitcoin Fund coming out, we could take advantage of this moment and start dollar cost averaging into an asset like this. This is something that we could do. Now, stress on the dollar cost averaging part, right? Because anything about any kind of asset investment or anything, run-ups like this, guys, it doesn't mean, oh, we have to start pouring our capital in now. This is the time to get excited now. This is very, very likely possible part of euphoria. I'm not ruling out the possibility it could be a continued bull run for here. Who knows? Bitcoin 120K, 150K. It's hard to say, guys, but and there is room to go, right? Bitcoin is not the biggest asset in the world, guys. That's still gold by far. Like gold has maybe 16-30x the total asset investment in Bitcoin still. So there is room to go. Don't feel like you've missed it, but be smart, right? It's very hard to value, right? And if you feel, I've said this on my Cleanspark video, if you feel like this is kind of just magic internet money to you, you don't really feel like there's any way to quantify or tangibly value what this is, my best recommendation would be to go check out on YouTube Gary Gensler MIT cryptocurrency course. Gary Gensler is the ex-chairman of the SEC. He just recently stepped down with a change in administration, and he has a free YouTube course from the MIT school about cryptocurrency. And it'd probably take like 10 hours of your time to watch the whole course. And it's very, very useful. When I was when FTX fell, and I was really, really wondering at my core, I was like, is this really just magic internet money? Is this really stupid to invest in? That was something that I looked at and watched, and it changed my whole perspective on Bitcoin. So I just want to go out there and share that. If I remember, I'll share the link at the end of this video. But yeah, guys, that's the concluding thought. Don't feel like you've missed Bitcoin entirely. There's a lot of other Bitcoin assets out there. You don't have to be crypto savvy. You don't have to be super tech savvy. You just got to know what to buy, and you got to have capital. And then you could possibly be included in what appears to be a generational run from Bitcoin that is ongoing and has been a part of my lifetime, and likely will continue to be so. So with that being said, Zoomer Value Investor signing out. Peace.